Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to automatically save Facebook group posts to Google Sheets in real time. So the idea is that if I create a new post in Facebook, the data of that particular post will be automatically added into Google Sheets. But the issue here is there is no direct connection between Facebook and Google Sheets. So that is why I will be using an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Facebook and Google Sheets. The best part here is a person without any technical background can perform this integration easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example. Okay, so this is my Facebook group post. Okay, I'm going to publish a Facebook group post and this is my Google Sheet. So what I'm going to do here is when I publish this particular post, I can assume that the data of that particular post as well as a group, the image URL as well as the post URL will be available in this particular Google Sheet. So let's check whether the data will be available from Facebook into this particular Google Sheet or not. So this is a group post that I'm building. It's about nature care and the benefit of yoga or naturopathy. So here I'm also going to upload a small image. So let me add an image. So let me just go to quick access and we're going to upload this image. Okay. So this is the image on yoga and let me just straight away click on post. Okay, so an image, a post is getting published. Yes, the post has been published. So let's have a look. Do we have the details of this particular post in our Google Sheet or not? Okay, so let's have a look. Yes, we do have the data in Google Sheet. So this is the group name, that is yoga session. Okay, so as you can see, this is the group name, that is yoga session. And this is the post content. So as you can see, it was on naturopathy. So we have that. Now this is the image URL. So let's explore the image URL. Okay, yes, this is the same image that we had uploaded and this is the post URL. Okay, so let's have a look. Do we have the same post? Yes, this is the same post URL. Excellent. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Facebook group post to Google Sheets? So basically here we have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Facebook and Google Sheet. So let me show you how it's done. But before I tell you that how it's done, let me just tell you something that while it looked like the data of the Facebook immediately arrived in Google Sheets, but the truth is I actually had to pause it for 5 minutes because Facebook actually takes an appreciable amount of time to send the data. So while you are building the workflow and the data doesn't arrive in your Google Sheet, please remember you may have to wait 5 or 6 minutes so that the data arrives in Google Sheet. Please don't panic. Okay, so let me just show you the steps. So in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. In my case, I have already made an account. So let me just straight away go to the account. Okay, so this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this, a dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Facebook group to Google Sheets. Facebook group to Google Sheets. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. Facebook group to Google Sheets, and let me just straight away click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, you will find two windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. So in the trigger window, we will be selecting the app as Facebook because we want to send the data from Facebook. Now here we have some choices, Facebook lead ads, Facebook comments, Facebook groups, and Facebook pages. We are going to work with Facebook groups. Okay, so now in the trigger event, how about we make it as new post? Okay, that's obvious. Okay, so these are the details we have to follow. First of all, we have to actually visit Facebook account and then we have to go to the decide group and then we have to go to the settings and have to go to the advanced settings and add an app, and the app we have to install is Pabbly Connect app. Okay, so let me show you how it's done. So this is the group. Okay, in my case this is the group yoga sessions. So let me just go to the settings. Okay, so this is the settings page. Now let me just scroll down. Okay, and as you can see in the advanced settings, you have this option that is apps. So when I click here, I already have installed this particular app, that is Pabbly Connect. So in your case, since you're beginning fresh, Pabbly Connect app might not have been installed. So just click on add app. Okay, so here in the search, all you have to do is just find Pabbly Connect app. In my case, this app is already installed, so that is why So that is why this app is not showing. Okay, Pabbly Connect app. Okay, so just install the app. Okay, it's pretty much easy. And after installing it, let me just go back to Pabbly Connect and straight away just click on connect. We are going with the new connection. Just click on connect with Facebook groups. Okay, so as you can see, the authorization is successful. Now by default, it is showing a ton of groups, but I'm interested in this particular group. So these are all the groups that is present in my Facebook account. I'm interested in this group, that is yoga session. The reason I'm interested in is because this is the group that I have personally created, while the rest of the groups are, I'm just a member. So I have admin privileges in this particular group. So let me just click here. Okay, so now comes the part called as the limit. I'm going to mention the limit as 1. So what's the limit? So when I click on, when I enter 1, it basically means it will send the data of 1 published post. So if you enter it as 2, it will send the data of 2 published posts. Now remember this, works only if you have completed the workflow. Okay, once the workflow has run, then only this will work. So I'm interested in keeping it as 1. Okay, so when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of the recently created post. Now in my case, the recently created post, if you remember, was of naturopathy. Okay, something related to naturopathy and yoga. Let's explore that once again. Now for your consideration, I'm going to create a new post. Okay, let me just go back to that particular page. Okay, that particular group, yoga session. Okay, so this is the post. This is the recently created post. So when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of this particular post. But this has been already added into Google Sheets. So I'm planning to create a new post. Okay, so you will understand it better. So I'm just going to manually add yoga and poses. Okay, just a small line, yoga and poses. After that, let me just add an image. So this is yoga pose. Okay, yoga and poses, and I have also added the image. And let me just straight away click on publish. Okay, so my post is getting published. Okay, so the post has been published. So when I go to Pabbly Connect and when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of the recently created post in this particular group, that is yoga session. Now in my case, this is the recently created one, yoga and poses. So when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of yoga and poses. Let me do that. Okay, so as you can see, we have the message that is yoga and poses. Okay, and then we have the image URL. This is the URL of the post. Okay, so this is the URL of the post. If I copy this and if I open this in a new tab, okay, in incognito mode. So let's have a look. Do we have the post? Yes. So this is the post, yoga and poses. Okay, after that we have the image URL. So where is the image URL? That's the most important thing. Okay, so this is the image URL that is of full picture. So let's explore that. Okay, so this is the image URL. So I'm just going to copy this and open this in a new tab to check, do we have the correct image URL? Oh yes, we do have the correct image URL. Excellent. So now what we're going to do here is we have got the data of this particular post in Pabbly Connect. Now from Pabbly Connect, we are going to send it to Google Sheet, and this is how you do it. You go to the action window and you select Google Sheets. Google Sheets it is. Now in the action event, how about make it as add new row? Simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Just click on connect with Google Sheets. Okay, so I'm planning to help you understand from scratch. So that is why I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. So I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. Go to Google Sheet. Okay, blank it is. Okay, and I'm going to name it as Facebook data or group post. Okay, Facebook group post, that would work. Facebook group post. Okay, and after that, let me add some columns. So these are the columns we have: group, post content, image URL, and the post URL. So I'm just going to copy all of this. Okay, after that, I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so these are the columns we have: group, post content, image URL, and the post URL. Excellent. So let me just click on connect with Google Sheets. So these are the series of Gmail accounts I have, and this particular Google Sheet, that is Facebook group post, is present in this account. Okay, so I'm selecting this account. Okay, so now Pabbly Connect wants access to my Google Sheet. So before I press continue, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. So on the basis of that trust, let me just press continue. Authorization successful. Excellent. Okay, so by default, we have the select spreadsheet as Facebook group post. Now, if you explore this, you can find a ton of Google Sheet that is present in my Google account, in my Gmail account. So I'm interested in this particular sheet that is Facebook group post. So I'm selecting this one. Okay. Now in the select sheet, it is already showing sheet one. This is because there is only one sheet, that is sheet one. Okay, so let's start mapping. We have group, post content, image URL, and the post URL. So as you can see, these are the same columns we have: group, post content, image URL, and the post URL. All the columns that is present here is being reflected as fields. So let's start with the group. So we click here, and if you want to know that our group name is yoga sessions, so let us explore. So this is the group name, that is yoga session, and we have mapped it. Now if you are confused where this data come from, so this is the data that we got from our trigger window, that is yoga session. We have got that. Now coming to the post content, we click here, and this is the message or the post content, that is yoga and poses. We have mapped that. And also I have shown you the image URL, that is the full picture. So we have mapped it. And then we have the post URL. So this is the post URL. Okay, so this is the post URL. Okay, and we have mapped it. So we have mapped all the data. At this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send this data to this particular Google Sheet. So let me do that. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So let's have a look. We have the group, that is yoga session. We have the post content, yoga and poses. This is the image URL. This is the post URL. So we have got all the data in my Google Sheet. Excellent. So what's next? So before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism. So let me just minimize this action window, and let me just minimize the trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Facebook groups to Pabbly Connect, and then you integrated Pabbly Connect to Google Sheet. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Facebook groups and Google Sheet. Interesting, isn't it? Now the obvious thing that you have to know is, once you have created this workflow, all you have to do is just sit back and relax. You just create one post and automatically the data will be sent into Google Sheets. You don't have to do anything about it. Excellent. So not just these two apps, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, please contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect as well as the workflow is available in the description box. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.